Is there anybody out there? Hey, hey, everybody. Where you hiding at? What's up, Aunt Jer? The bat signal. I'm sitting in the dark. I don't want to turn on the light because then you can see all the fucking mess behind me. Everything flooded, so everything's piled up more than usual back there. So, uh, yeah, so no light today. I didn't feel like putting up the sheet, the green sheet, because I literally just came in the door from work a few minutes ago and eating some sour candy. This stuff right here is super sour. But hold on, no, really sour. Um, I wanted to talk to a few of the mods and about the Matt Dillahunty show coming up and the Aaron Ross show because I want to impose um, some rules and I want to put somebody in charge because you know people troll Matt and hell people troll me now, but I want to put some stuff in place so that we can handle that without having our guests think that we're just letting people, you know, say awful things in the chat because I imagine it's going to be a problem. But I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to Robin and Azo too, laying out an outline of how I want to do things because I want it to be organized and seem somewhat professional. What's up, Michael N? How you doing? But I want to get things set up and I want it to go smoothly. So I'm gonna PC should show up. I'm gonna put her in charge of the modding stuff. And speaking of which, one I need to go in there and make her a standard mod. But yeah, I think I'm gonna use PC. She's yeah. I just came in from work, Michael. I went and cut 4 yards in about 3 hours and made $100 off of it. So, not bad for a few hours work, but worked my ass off for those few hours. But whatever. The yards look beautiful. I should show you guys pictures of some of my work sometime. I'm pretty good with a lawnmower. I've been doing it for years and years. People try to hire me. They like call me and ask me to work for them because I've been doing it for so long, and I said I didn't want to do it anymore. So they call and try to get me to do it, and I ended up, because of, you know, because life happens. I had to, yeah. Check this out. This is what oops, This is what I bought at the store, was this. And it comes like little, these are amazing though. They're super sour. I got that. Sour Skittles. And my favorite, spicy dill pickle chips from Famous Dave's. Yeah. Yeah, if you got a set of guidelines for mods to work around, that'd be great. Yeah, yeah, sour Skittles are good. Yeah, if and also, yeah, if Titan and Maya or whatever show up too, I will. Yeah, because I want to have some kind of organization to this. And I know there's some stuff streaming right now, so nobody may show up, which is fine. I kind of just threw this out there, but I just want everything to go smoothly. I don't want it to be a disaster, because I feel like with a big show like Matt, like if it goes really well, it can be a big bump for the channel and do a lot of good things, and make some friends in high places, But if it goes poorly, I think it could have the opposite effect, and I don't want that to happen. And I know that people troll Matt just for the hell of it, and we've had some of that here too. So I'm trying to yeah, they can see it later. So I just want everybody to not put up with any bullshit. If you're a moderator and you see somebody in the chat like just saying awful stuff, hate stuff, you guys know where the line is, right? I mean, I don't care if somebody's just being a dick or whatever, but it's the hateful, offensive stuff. If you see it, just go ahead and block them, ban them completely, and I'll take care of it later. I'll unban people next week after I do the Orange show. That way I don't have to worry about them coming and doing the same thing for that show. But yeah, I want you guys to be a little strict on it. I think just by the fact I'm doing this, you guys probably understand what I want. So yeah, it's Matt Dillahunty will be here Monday. I have an Egyptologist coming Wednesday, and Aaron Raw coming Sunday. So it's a big week on the channel, and I just want to this is big for me. This is like where I tried to make it to and what I was trying to do, and so I just want it to go well is all. It's not me trying to like impose rules on people or anything like that. I just want to, for this one show or whatever, for these couple shows, everybody to be on their toes, because it's a good possibility we'll have some issues. I will also, a lot of people stop in and look for this, and if they see it, they join. I can be a little more of a drill sergeant than I normally am. Yeah, well, and I think that's really what I mean, is I want you to err on the side of caution, if anything. If it's questionable and you don't know if you should do it or not, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to get mad. I want everything to go smoothly, and I think it will. But if I don't take this precaution, I don't want to have the things happen that happened the other day, where I'm doing a show and somebody puts dick sucking up in the middle of my show. Like I don't want that to happen. But that was my fault. That has nothing to do with the mods. But still, I want. I don't want things like that to happen, so I just want everybody to pause. I just want everybody to pay a little closer attention to stuff this week, and just err on the side of caution, because I would hate to have our guests leave feeling like they were offended by just having them on. Why can't I not get to the chat? What's the deal? Started 9 minutes ago. Oh, is it? Why can I not get to the chat? Hold up. That's fine. That's fine. And I'm not like, look, you guys do that on your own, and I don't ever tell the mods what to do, really, unless it's, unless somebody hits a few keywords, and then I'll say go ahead and block them. But I don't tell the mods what to do. You guys moderate yourself. But I'm just saying in this case, I'm asking if you are there and you're a moderator, just err on the side of caution with everybody, because I don't want this to be a dumpster fire. And especially, just there's not going to be a link or anything for anybody to porn bomb it or anything like that. But, in the chat, I don't want people coming on and saying hateful, bigoted comments towards Matt, because we all know that happens to him, and I have a feeling he'll get a following that comes to watch the show, but he may also get some of those trolls that come also. So I'm just trying to be extremely careful about things. Robin and Azo and myself are going to do the interview. It'll be, of course, mostly me leading, but those two, they wanted to be involved in this, and there's no way I could tell them no, because they're my sidekicks and have done so much to help me get to where I'm at. So I wouldn't leave them out of this for anything. Oh, I see you, Michael. Sorry, I was on the YouTube page trying to pin that. What's up?
Oh, it's no problem. Oh, same old, same old.
Hold on, let me turn it up. I can hear you. Talk again.
Nope. Am I better now? I can also
yes, yeah, it was me, not you.
Okay. Yeah, I just figured I'd hop on for once I'm busy.
No, good to see you. How you doing?
Live and kicking. Been a busy few weeks.
Yeah. I just got home from working. I'm starting to get back in shape, and it's getting easier. So
that's half the battle.
I sat on my ass. I was up to 345 pounds at one point, and now I'm down to like 280, 289. So it's coming off, and I'm getting back in shape to do it. I don't know what my cardiologist is going to say about it, but I don't care. I like being able to feel like I got energy and like I want to do things instead of just depressed and on my ass,
I get it.
Yeah.
That's winter's around here.
Yeah. Winter's hard on me, man, because, I can't work doing what I normally do anyway. And so, I find other things to do. I got to go work on somebody's computer whenever we finish up here. But the incredible mess behind me, that I don't know if you can see it or not, but you see that peace sign back there?
Yeah, it's a little hard to see, but
yeah. I've got it dark on purpose because it's a fucking disaster. But like everything I own is on that couch back there. But what's left of it anyway. But that thing lights up behind it, and it looks really cool. I'm going to repaint it and put it in my my office here when I get it set up, my studio. So I've got a nice place to stream that looks good, and it'll make the videos look better and hopefully do better. But that's the fucking business side of it, That's fucking There is, it's tricky sometimes because there are two sides to this. Like, I interact with the community, and that's my whole thing. I love to talk to you guys and hang out. I don't care what guests we have on. I don't, I'm fine talking about deconstructions, but everybody's done that, and why do that again? So I like to hang out and talk with people, and so sometimes that's I don't know. That's what I like to do, though. So that's my social life, But
I get it.
Yeah. Trivia was a fucking train wreck.
It goes that way sometimes. Technical difficulties happen.
It wasn't Azo. It wasn't his fault. It was just, we were supposed to get together before it started yesterday and run through it, and I was going to use screen share through StreamYard and show him how to do everything. And we didn't get. He had to run and do some stuff for his mom. So there's things back there. That's another reason the light isn't on. There's things back there I would have to explain. But that covering that door back there is a giant rebel flag blanket. So, but that's from back in the day whenever I used to get high, and it's got like a million burn holes in it from nodding out with cigarettes. But yeah. Did you were at trivia last night, weren't you? I think so.
I was for a little while. You guys started just late enough that I'm like, I should have to work tomorrow. And so I'm filling in for some people at work, so I have to go in extra early too. So like I can't really stay up late tonight.
Well, I think the thing with trivia is that Azzo's going to have to decide if he wants to sit and bullshit and talk with people and just, just randomly ask questions as he goes through it. That's fine. Maybe we need to find a different way to do it other than that. Something that works for how he wants to do it, because it's absolutely his show. I don't tell him what to do. In fact, anytime he says anything, I'll give him recommendations and I'll say, but that's yours. You do it however you want to do it. Just don't, get me in trouble. And, but, yeah, Azzo's my buddy. I couldn't do this without him. So I let him, have full control over that. And, those gift cards, that's not coming from the channel. He's paying for those. That ain't me at all. I've offered to pay for things, and he does it anyway. Says he does, he don't care and whatever. So that's his money he's giving away every week. Yeah, so whatever. I said the part at the beginning that, for the mods and stuff. So if they watch this later, they should catch that and whatever. But I'll probably I have to meet with Robin and Azzo too before it starts, and I'll message PC privately and talk to her to get everything set up. But that's my biggest concern though, is trying to talk to him and have a good conversation, and then people in the chat fuck it up while I'm trying to talk to him and him getting pissed off and leaving. So some hateful bigot come in and say one of the remarks they say about him and Arden and end up pissing him off and him leaving. I don't want that to happen. So, I think it's I think I'm handling it the right way, like I'm catching it ahead of time.
It's always better to be out ahead of these kind of problems. And like I said, I mean, outside of directly attacking people, I'm usually pretty lenient, but I can, tighten up my my restrictions a little bit.
Let's be honest about it. Matt gets upset easily. And those are the things that, any personal attack or things like that, just go ahead and give them one warning. And then if they say something else, ban them. That'll be the plan. And just leave them, ban them completely. Don't time them out. Just ban them. And I'll take care of it later. I'll unban them after the Arn Raw show. I've had to ban Blessed Be He like 3 times now. So, and it's over Nazis every time. Imagine that. But yeah, there's a couple streams going right now, so I didn't figure many people would show up to this. But I'm glad you came.
I saw the notification. I saw something going on. I was like, well, I better hop on.
Yeah, I like literally I was late starting the show and didn't set up, the screen and all that stuff. So that I really hated having that mess on behind me, but it is what it is. Fucking dude, it came a huge storm here the other night for like hours and hours and hours, and it just poured and poured and poured, the rain. And I live in a basement, so the ground just couldn't keep up with the water, and eventually it started running in through the walls and everything, and flooded my bathroom, my kitchen, and my bedroom. And not real big, not like deep water. There was just water in the floor, but it was enough to, because of how it came through the walls and ran across the floor and everything else. It's nasty water, and it got on some of my clothes and some of my kids' stuff. I threw away a bunch of his toys. There's a huge pile of fucking garbage on this side. There's shit piled up back there. So it's a mess here.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't too bad. I was a little worried when I saw the post. I was like, well, that could be really bad.
The post was more, I probably shouldn't have even said anything about it, but like The post was more just me venting than anything, just because it happened. Like, I don't. It wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. Now we got flooded out with sewer once. Sewer water backed up into the house, and I had to throw all my shit away. I had to throw all my clothes away, and everything we owned got thrown away because it was like, I don't know, it was like that deep through the whole basement. Shit water. Yeah, it was awful.
Sounds nasty.
We had to tear out all the bottom 3 feet of all the drywall and everything, and I had to replace all that, and had to clean all the mold up that it caused, and it was a big job. I had to pretty much like rebuild the basement over that one, but it's a shithole down here. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. There's fucking like holes in the walls, and but there's a shovel over there for some reason, but yeah, it's a disaster down here, but it's always a disaster, but it's worse today.
Like I said, at least you're doing all right.
Yeah.
It could be, I know.
I wasn't. It's not so much that I was like down or upset about it. It's just one of those things, like when something happens and you're like, oh, that's my fucking luck. I figure, like it's just like usually I'm good.
I get it.
Yeah, usually I'm good about just bottling those things up and not even saying anything. But like, I had to have an outlet for that one. I was pissed.
I know a couple of months ago we got a real bad freeze here, like -12, and so my garage door freezes to the ground, and I finally get it unstuck after spending half the day trying to figure out a good way to get it unstuck without breaking it, so I can go get groceries. I get groceries, I get back, I go to close it. Oh, now the damn garage door won't close. Oh, great. Well, like it gets better. I'm like, okay, I rent at least. So I was like, I tell my landlord, hey, garage door's broken. I need you guys to come fix it. And they're like, all right, we'll get someone out there. And that night, I go to take a shower. I turn on the water. I don't get any water. So the pipes froze underneath the house. I'm like, oh, great. This is just one of those days.
Did they bust or just freeze?
Luckily, it just froze. This house apparently has a history of just getting just cold enough for the pipes to freeze, but not enough for them to burst. Yeah. So that was lucky. But it's like, oh, great. It's just, if it's not one thing, it's another thing. I just get one problem taken care of and another one popped up all day. But that happens. I called some people. I vented. It's like, it's just one damn thing after another today. So I completely get it. We all need to vent sometimes. Oh, did we lose Joe? He's frozen on my end. Might have lost me. I don't know. Yeah, I think we lost Joe. Well, hope everyone's having a good day. Oh. Welcome back.
Yeah. I guess my internet decided to fuck up in the middle of. I don't know why that happened. Well, as we were talking about, if it's not one thing, it's fucking another.
Yeah, it's just how some periods are.
I can turn my computer on Wi-Fi and get it back up. I just, for some reason, my Ethernet connection shut down. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
No, well.
Yeah. I don't know if you got your Wi-Fi. It sounds like it's probably not your router. It could be the cable.
Yeah.
Not a computer expert. I stick to simple things, machines.
Yeah. I don't know what it did there. It's I don't know. I use a power USB thing for my camera. I had to buy that because I got to hook all this shit up to do this. So I got this power USB block, and this would probably be better if I turn it like that. Will it do it? Bam. I got this power USB block, and as I was talking, all of a sudden I seen the light kick off. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why it just froze up. It says that it's not even plugged into anything, but we'll get her on Wi-Fi. Jesus. Yeah.
I know back when I lived back home, I'd be happy if I got internet that was stable enough for me to get a download completed in one stretch. Yes. So
I remember those days.
Yeah, it's like, well, this was only a few years ago for me, so it's like, well, maybe I'll get a download of a couple gigabytes done tonight. When I was in college, it was even worse. I knew people, they had a schedule on the fridge.
Yeah.
And you'd go in and, Frank would block out his time. Someone else would block out his time. And you just, the whole day, that broke it down into so long blocks. You're like, all right, if I need to download a game, I'm blocking out this long. My time's up. So-and-so's got it for his research paper or whatever.
Yeah.
So
this is so weird. I think my computer's getting ready to fuck up. Because now my camera doesn't, like, the power won't come on. And it says it doesn't have internet. I think the power supply is getting ready to go out.
Well, that's not good.
No. But...
yeah, I've been waiting for my GPU to kick the bucket. I keep having issues with it, but like I can just leave it on a little longer.
That's my problem. I need a GPU. Yeah. I've got Radeon R7 integrated graphics.
Oh, yeah, that's not a great one.
It won't come back on.
Well, that's not good.
Does the power work on the others? Oh, something. Okay. Let's see here. Come here, damn it. Sorry, Michael. There we go. It still won't power the camera. Let's see. You motherfucker. When I plug it in, the power goes off. It won't power it for some reason. All right, well, let's try a restart of the computer here and see if that helps. But
the IT person's regular solution: try turning it off and back on again.
Yeah, that's the go-to. My degree's in computer science, so this is like my thing.
Yeah, I went to mechanical engineering, right? I'm used when it comes to anything electrical.
Yeah. Now it's funny because like I can work on a computer and I can solder boards and do whatever I need to do as far as that kind of stuff. But whenever it comes to somebody will say like, oh, well, can you hook up this electric thing in my house? I'm like, hell no, I ain't touching it. But I don't care to work with little things and do it. But when it comes to doing electricity and stuff, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, I can solder strain gauges together, but other than that, I'm useless. I can tell you that an Arduino can run if you fry the RAM, as long as you keep it connected to the computer.
Yeah, I don't know what. So whenever my camera went out, and I didn't have a camera for a while, I had to. What was going on is that this is exactly what they did. It wouldn't power the camera for some reason, but it's running on a powered USB hub now, so I don't know, and it's plugged into like the wall. I don't understand how it could lose power, but we'll see. Hey Earl, what's up? Good to see you. Big D. I always like a big D here. Yeah. But I don't know why in the world that wouldn't. The computer. If the computer is reading it, that must be why it went off. The computer quit reading it because it's. I don't know where my flashlight is, and I keep it dark in here when I'm recording. So. I'll have to fix it later. As long as you don't take it as a sign from the I got back from vacation. They fucked AC unit. I had no idea how expensive those are. Oh, that sucks. Will had to replace an AC unit.
those get expensive.
Yes, they are. We had to put one here years ago, and I think it's still not paid for. It was like $8,000.
Yeah, they are pricey machines.
Yeah, and you can't just go buy one and put it in. Like you can't even buy one. You have to do it through somebody who has an HVAC license. And same thing with. Have you ever tried to install a
septic tank. You're not allowed to do that either.
Yeah, I've never installed one, but I know from people I've known, it's a pain in the butt.
Fucking sucked. I had to dig one up one time. It was awful. I ended up wading in fucking shit water that whole day. It was awful.
Pretty much what I've heard. So,
yeah.
We just had a swamp cooler back home, but it also didn't rain back home, so evaporative cooling worked really well.
Oh yeah. Well, I've lived in some places here where people's plumbing just is a pipe that runs down to the creek. That's common. Yeah. Come to Kentucky, don't ever get in the creeks.
Yeah.
They all have shit in them.
Good to know if I ever make it out to Kentucky then.
Yeah. Let's fix this a little bit, so. There we go. All right.
And Joe said, "Let there be light."
It's good. I can't figure out how to hold this. But yeah, a lot of people that their plumbing is just it runs wherever. And then you have a lot of people where they came and hooked up like city utilities, and their sewer and stuff will run to the city sewer, but then like their pipes from like their drains for their washer and stuff still just run into the creek. So
yeah,
because it needs chemicals added. But yeah.
At least plumbing systems are easy to design. I did HVAC and plumbing design for my first job out of college, and
oh, sweet.
One of those is a lot easier than the other.
Did you say you're a mechanical engineer?
Yep.
Awesome. That's awesome.
If it goes roundy, I'm okay with it.
I was trying to. So when I went to college, I was in the computer science engineering program, and I've got like a semester left to get that degree. But I mean, a semester of that's no joke. It's hard. That's some of the hardest shit.
High level STEM's brutal.
I love the math part of it. Like, I took 4 calculus classes, differential equations, elementary mathematics. I took all that shit. I love that part of it. I've got enough math classes to be like a math professor, but you wouldn't know it talking to me.
No, my sister only she got just a regular comp sci degree, but she only needed like one math class to minor in maths. That's her minor.
Yeah, psychology.
I mean, I took a bunch of advanced math classes with a veneer of science on top.
But dude, those math classes, like, I liked them. Like, I liked working on derivatives. Like, it was, I mean, like, it was a pain in the ass because it took, like, you just writing, you know, it takes forever. Oh, yeah. But like, when you know how the functions that you need to do to make it work, like, when you know how to do it, it's fun. Same thing with like geometry proofs and stuff. I always love that shit because when you know it, it's actually fun to do.
And I loved differential equations and linear algebra. When you combine those two, that was great. It's like, now I can solve systems of differential equations quickly.
Right. Yeah, it's math. Once you get into some of the more complicated math and stuff, it's actually like fun. I mean, because at that point you've taken enough math classes to where you're used to doing it, and you may not like it, but you're used to doing it, and you know what you're doing if you've made it through calculus 3, you know. And
calc 3 is where I started to lose the plot, I have to admit.
Yeah, it gets
surface and what's the volumetric equivalent of a surface integral? Oh no, it's a line integral, then a surface integral. Once we got to like that, some of the vector stuff went a little over my head. But I mean, I got through. I passed.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like all the like the plotting shit and stuff, like having to write programs for calculators and shit
I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I had to do a bunch of that stuff. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. Now, my artificial intelligence class I took in college was that was fucking crazy because it's all like, I mean, at the time, AI wasn't really, I mean, AI existed, but it wasn't being implemented really anywhere. They were still, this is like 2008, 2009. And so the AI class was like all theory and like just talking about like how they thought it was going to work, which they were right. Like they were already on to the like system learning and all that stuff. So what is going on?
Yeah, my programming classes were, here's a microcontroller, make it actuate this piston or make it spin a motor at a specific speed. I still have all my.
They did that in ours.
Yeah,
ours was an Indian guy standing there talking at us for 3 hours every class.
Yeah,
and you couldn't understand what he was saying.
That's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, I had I wrote my controls class. We were allowed to use MATLAB, so I had every problem in the book. I had a script that I made as generic as possible, and then when the test came, I took the script I had written, plugged in the specific problems, spat out the answer, attached my MATLAB code to the submission. But controls is brutal. That was a hard class. It's, you got a motor spinning at a certain speed. Your desired speed is speed X. Have it adjust itself. Stabilize to the speed you want it at. That was a little bit difficult of a course.
I agree. There, everything went. We're back up.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I hated Kev though, Earl. I have to say, I like nuclear chemistry. I did really well in nuclear chemistry and materials, but I hated generic chem.
Yeah, chemistry. I didn't take much of that. I had one class I had to take, but
I did Chem 1, Chem 2, materials, and then everything else was solid mechanics, which there's a little bit of materials in chemistry and solid mechanics, but it's more on the I've got a beam and I'm applying force to it side of it.
Yeah.
I love materials. I'll talk chemistry of metal with someone all day, but
I've always wanted to like set up a little chemistry lab and play with some stuff here, but that costs money a lot. That glassware and shit's expensive. Oh, yeah. I've always wanted to try some stuff, but like, because all I've ever done chemistry wise is make drugs. I mean, it's true, but
it's technically chemistry.
No, it's very much chemistry. There's a lot of shit going on there. You got to make happen. Like you start mixing stuff with lighter fluid and things, it gets serious, and putting muriatic acid near it and everything else. But the smoke from the muriatic acid with salt in it is what makes the magic happen, and then it precipitates out, and so you learn some chemistry, like it's and then you pour off all the liquid, and what's left is what you're looking for. So you're definitely doing a chemical reaction, and it's weird, that I'm fascinated in that like that, because I didn't like even being near anybody when they were doing that stuff though. I was just, I happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and got involved in doing it a couple times, and but yeah, I've always wanted to set up and like, I love watching Nile Blues videos, Nile Red, either one. I like watching both of his channels.
I mean, the best thing I did for... Oh, go ahead.
You ever watch The Backyard Scientist?
I don't think I'm familiar with that one specifically, but I'll have to add him to my list.
He's an engineer, I think. And he makes, like, he put motors on things that don't need motors, and he blows shit up all the time. And it's a really good channel. Him, and it's a group of them that's always together. Him and Alan Pan and the Nile Red guy, and I forget who else, but yeah, good time.
Yeah, there was some. This was several years ago. It's one of always my favorite examples of the kind of people I watch. There's a guy, he had set up a motor and a gyroscope inside of a bowling ball, and he had set up a sensor on himself so that he could lean to adjust the bowling ball's path like that.
I've seen that
happen, but it's like that's the I became an engineer because I was good at math and a little bit good at science.
T-Rock is a mechanical engineer. You know T-Rock?
Oh, that poor bastard. I think so.
Yeah, I debated him. It was my first debate on YouTube on MDD, the one that they took down immediately. But he's a mechanical engineer, and usually when you talk to him, he's talking to you from his job. And I think that him being a mechanical engineer and like a young Earth creationist is like weird, because in his whole theory, his whole position is that like the waters of the deep came out from under the continents, and the continents were moving at 60 miles per hour across, the ocean, and
he doesn't understand how friction works.
Well, exactly, and it's like, you're a mechanical engineer, like, don't
he doesn't understand basic heat transfer, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Which is very important to mechanical engineers.
Right. And it completely threw me off, because I was like, it's like the Georgia Purdy thing. Like, you have to be being dishonest at this point, because I know that you know how these things work, right? And like,
I've worked with some engineers that I don't know how they got their degrees, so he might fall into that camp.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably good at his job though. T-Rock seems like a decent guy and stuff, but it's just like, I can't buy that he just completely denies carbon dating or any kind of radiometric dating, and I'm like. And he points like, oh, this one salt flat out here, they found this, and they tried to date it, and they came up with 3 different dates. And I was like, okay, you have one anomaly. Now tell me how that, makes you throw the rest of it away. Like,
does he not understand data sets?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, my day-to-day job is I have all this equipment that keeps failing, and it fails in this way every time. Maybe there's a trend here. Oh, this bearing failed, and this is kind of a one-off. Well, let's keep an eye out, but we'll wait and see if it keeps happening in this way before we rush to fix a problem that's a manufacturing defect or something.
All right, hold on. Sorry.
Well, there's a little bit of feedback. Oh.
Just there a little bit, huh?
just a smidge. It happens whenever I page someone at work.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of engineers I've worked with over the years that either just that for some pet things they don't apply critical thinking, or they're just. I've met engineers that fail to understand anything technical, like on any level.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I guess that's true, because I did, when I first got out of school, I went and did a networking job, installing networks and maintaining them for Massey Energy. And, well, I worked for another company. I worked for Higginbotham, but they had the contract to do stuff for Massey Energy. And I would get called out like in the middle of the night by another tech, and I would go, and it would be like, push the button and leave. So yeah, I understand. Just because they got the degree and they're working in the field doesn't mean that they know shit.
And I've met some engineers that are leaps and bounds ahead of me, but I've met a lot that are like, you have an engineering degree? How'd you get that? What school did you go to? Are you sure they actually gave you the degree? Oh, did we lose Joe again? I think we lost Joe again. Oh, yeah, no, radiometric dating is fascinating. I mean, like I said, nuclear chemistry is like the only section of chemistry I enjoyed. But yeah, there's some people who, for them, any outlier is enough. And granted, I'll go on record saying this. I think a skilled enough statistician can tell you that smoking's bad for you. But they're willing to throw out data on any outlier. Like, oh, that means the whole thing's bunk. When stuff happens. I mean, if I make 1 in 10,000 bearings and one of those bearings if 1 out of every 10,000 bearings I make is defective, am I going to throw out all the bearings because some person, because I got 1 defective bearing from a manufacturer? I mean, probably not. If I'm getting 5 out of every 10 bearings is defective, that's a little different. And, not in the ideal world, we'd get the right data. Oh yeah, and I think Joe's back. Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think I don't know. Maybe I need to look at the electrical stuff here where it got flooded.
Yeah.
All of a sudden my air conditioner beeped across the room and kicked off, and my internet went down again, and the thing froze, and I don't know what's going on. So
maybe it could be a short somewhere.
Yeah. And hi Pinworm, thanks for asking. It's a mess, but everything's cool. I got a little bit of a mess to still clean up, and it didn't really get any of my important stuff or anything. Just some of my clothes, some of my kids' stuff. A lot of his toys got damaged, and I'm not gonna take the time to clean them, so I just throw them away. But he's got plenty of toys, so he plays Minecraft.
Did we lose Joe again? I bumped my desk and we lost him. That or I've dropped off. Not really sure which. Oh, there you go. You're back now.
Dude, what is going? Is this?
Yeah.
All right. So let me go ahead and wrap this up and figure out what the hell's going on around here. I'll just.
I think I'm still here.
Troll following with those guys. Trolls come just to mess with them, and I've got a few trolls that have been dropping in anyway. So I just want everybody to err on the side of caution, and just if you think that somebody is a problem or whatever, or is going to say something, that's going to piss the guests off or anything, just go ahead and ban them completely. Don't worry about timing people out. I mean, you can time people out, but for those who say any bigotry or anything like that, just go ahead and completely ban them, and I'll leave them banned all week, and then I'll unban them after the Orange show, maybe. I don't know. But I just want everybody to be on their best behavior, and I don't want to have this opportunity to sit down with these people I've always looked up to, who have done so many great things, even if you don't like what they do now necessarily. The effect that they've had on the community and their the work they've put into their activism is amazing. And so I have the opportunity to sit and talk to some people that I really look up to, and I would hate for it to be ruined by some troll in the chat that pisses Matt off and he gets mad and leaves, or I think Aaron's a little more thick-skinned, but and it's not with Matt, I'm not saying that he shouldn't get pissed and stuff, because I mean the things they say are fucking horrible, but I just know that he's a little more sensitive to those things than Aaron is, and I just want everybody to not let, if you can, just try your best to not let the fucking trolls come in and say crazy shit and piss anybody off. I want to have a good time, and I want everybody to be involved and ask questions and do all those things. I am going to, for these shows, I am going to be promoting super chats and stuff. Of course, I always try to read everyone's questions if I can, but I know that I'll probably have a larger audience for these shows, especially whenever I ramp up the advertising here over the next couple days. So I know there's going to be a bigger audience, and so I'm going to tell people, feel free to ask questions. Super chats will get priority, that kind of thing. I'm not going to push it hard or anything, but I imagine that I'm going to need to do that, I think, is why I'm doing it. So, plus I like super chats. They fit in my pocket nicely. I'm joking.
That is true. One suggestion might be if we get a large enough people, is also you might want to think about slow chat as well.
Oh yeah. Good.
Just in case. Yeah, I don't know how big it's going to be, but just as a, throw it out there so it's in the back of your head if we do get hundreds of people.
Yeah, I'll put Azo on dealing with that if necessary.
Yeah.
Or I can pull it up on one of my screens, and then if I see the count goes high enough, I'll just go ahead and I'll start it on 10 seconds or something, and go from there.
Yeah, just throwing it out as a suggestion, just in case.
No, that's a great suggestion. Thank you. I'll definitely keep that in mind, because that's one of the things, like, I like what they do at the line, but I don't go watch their shows because you can't talk in the chat hardly, because so many people are talking, and you can only say something every 30 seconds anyway, or every minute sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I just don't like hanging out there. They do great shows, and they have great people call in and stuff. It's not a personal attack against them. I just don't like that kind of show. I mean, I make content now, so for me to go and just sit through that is kind of like, it's almost like work. And
I've kind of burned out on that style of show. So
no.
I mean, I'll put it on if I need background noise, but I kind of burnt out on it.
Yeah, I don't care to listen to it. I mean, I love hearing Matt shut down bad ideas, and we're gonna address that. I'm gonna talk to him about the topics that he chooses to debate, and about why we don't see him debating like more young Earth creationists and stuff. I already know the answers to these questions, but I want to do it just to make it a good interview. I want to talk to him about different debate topics and tactics, and I want to ask him if he's ever heard that shit they do to me all the time, where they say, how do you ground your logic in whatever.
That one, I remember that one a few days ago. I got a little heated.
Yeah, it was bullshit. The thing was,
heated in the chat.
The only reason I didn't want Azzo to shut him down when he did was because I was getting ready to say something really smart ass to him, and it was going to be funny. And Azzo went and told him, hey, you need to behave. And as soon as he did it, he was like, I'm out. Fuck it. And I was like, well, whatever. But I wasn't mad or nothing. It was just I just wanted to get him, because I mean, here's the funny thing about that. So Daniel, who used to come on, and Wendell, if you know Wendell, and some other dude were doing a live thing on Twitter about Catholic traditions. So whenever somebody came in with the name Catholic traditionalist and made the same and exact word for word argument that Daniel makes, I was kind of suspicious about what was going on. But I guess some people have seen him other places and stuff, and I guess he's, but Azzo got pissed because he was stepping all over me and wouldn't let me talk. But like the thing of it was, to me, is, and also I knew everybody in the chat and stuff, so I was like, I know these guys know what's up with this. So I was just kind of like, I was laughing about it, really, because it was so stupid. And he's like, well, you're evading the question. I said, no, I'm not. I'm asking you a question. Like, why do I have to ground it in anything? What does that accomplish? Like, what does it matter? And I ground it in reality or the quantum field or what the fuck ever. Like, what does it matter? And also, like, just because you invent something and then say you ground it in it, that doesn't mean anything. That's stupid.
Yeah. If
you polish a turd and make it real shiny, it's still a piece of shit. Like, you're not saying anything really, but you're acting like it's the chess pigeon, You just made a mess and shit all over the board, and like.
Yeah, no, he didn't have an argument.
It was
you don't ground
it. Was just repeating.
I picked this magic book.
Yeah,
and that's not.
I'm right, because I mean, here's the problem with that argument, and I didn't really address it in the thing because I didn't give a fuck. But like, here's the problem with that. Fine, you've grounded your logic and your rationale in God, and you're able to do that, and you're able to ground the laws of logic in God. Fine, I'll give it to you. Now, why can't we use Bigfoot instead? Why can't we use the Tooth Fairy? Like, you can put anything in that placeholder, and it still holds the same logic. So that it's a garbage argument made by dishonest people.
Yeah.
But I didn't say all that in the thing. I was kind of laughing it off. I was just letting him go. But I should have just shut him down early. I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's your show. Run your show however you want. But I was getting heated. I was like, this is.
I don't want the dumpster fire, but I don't mind to see a little smoke.
No, I completely get it. Like I said, I was getting a little heated because I'm like,
Dude,
I can find problems with your grounding though. If you ground it in the Bible, I can point to issues with all sorts of predictions the Bible claims to make. So that's not the best grounding.
He was real smug about it too. He was a prick about it. Like, you're evading the question. And I was like, what are you talking about? I just answered, you dipshit. Like, he was just repeating the script is all that was. But looks like my computer came back up again.
That's maybe a good sign, but multiple shorts is really bad for or multiple cycles like that can be bad for electronics. So,
well, the computer didn't go off. It was just the internet did. So it might be, we've had tornadoes and shit through here again, so it might just be they're working on the area. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love when theists come on and just like to have a dry debate like that, not set up, just fucking go at it. Like, I like that, and I wish more of them did it. But even though, like, I mean, some people may see me as a dumb redneck with a camera or whatever, but I can handle these arguments for real. Like, I know them.
Oh
yeah. I've and I know their book better than they do. For sure, I know their book better than they do. So I'm ready for that kind of thing, and I like that kind of thing. Like, sometimes just somebody come on and talk their garbage or whatever, but a lot of times I'm too smart ass and just want to make fun of them. And, that's not nice.
Yeah.
Personal attacks aren't nice.
Yeah. There's a line, right? It's like, well, we can talk about this stuff, but just.
Well, I have a sense of humor, though, is the thing. Like, they take this shit all serious, and me, I'm like, yeah, okay, you're dumb. Like, you just made that up and said that it's something. Like, everything you just... I should have played my... hold on, let me get back in the studio. Whenever he said... hold on.
No, it's back to me.
Nope. Whenever he made his argument, I should have done this.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I should have played that. I love it. Yeah, that's one of my favorite clips.
I mean, I have quoted that verbatim before.
Yeah. It's I love that. But yeah, and the thing of it is, Azzo came in and just said, "Hey, if you want to have the discussion, let's moderate it and let him talk too." And he was like, "Oh, I see what's going on here," and ran off. Like, that was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think moderators for a lot of those style debates are important, so that one person doesn't just talk over the other person, and both sides can, talk instead of him just sitting there. You say this, and then when you try to answer, he just cuts you off and says, "Oh, you're not answering the question."
Yeah. Azzo was cool about it, and he did the right thing. He did what I wanted him to do. I was just getting ready to say something smart ass and make fun of the dude, and I wanted to get it out, and he stepped in right when I was getting ready to say it, and I was like, no, let me answer, and he's like, no, I got to do this, and I was like, okay, but he did what he was supposed to do. I don't give a fuck, really. It's there'll be more come with their philosophy arguments. I need somebody that can draw me a philosophy. I want like a big sausage with arms and legs and like a graduation hat, one of them square bastards, and like glasses and stuff with a philosophy book. And I want to put "Don't be a philosophy" on it. And I want to make a shirt like that and sell it. You think that's good?
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. but I can't draw. So I'll find somebody that can do it.
Unless it's a square, a very sad square, I can't draw it.
Yeah. Oh, Wavelength hit 100 subs today. All right, Justin, good job. You guys are going to blow up. It's gonna that's
a great show.
Yeah. That's one of the best shows that I watch, and I love coming on and being part of it. I accept any time. Just let me know. I love being on panels and talking to the great guests that you all have on. So I look forward to the future of that channel, and I'm glad that I could be a part of it now. You and Earl will fucking kill it on there. It's really good. But yeah, if you come up with a drawing, I'll put it on a shirt. I've got a good show. I've got a local person now that as long as I provide the shirts, she'll screen print anything I want. And so I can have shirts made to order. So when people order it, I can go make them then and ship them. Not a big deal at all to do it. And so I set up a store, and it's on my page, but all of it's on there is just a little Kentucky Atheist shirt. You guys have seen that, I think, but I just did that to get it set up, and then I was going to put other things on it. But I think I'm going to go with this lady that's going to make the shirts for me. That way I don't have to pay some other company to make them. But
always support your local businesses. So
yeah. Plus, she can make all the other stuff too. She can make me coffee cups or whatever the hell I want to make. So my coffee cup's dirty, but I love this. This is the best coffee cup ever. It says, "Well, paint me green and call me a pickle because I'm done dealing with you bitches."
The part of me that loves puns.
Yeah, I love it. I love smart ass stuff. It just it makes me smile. But it'll take me a minute to draw. I'm very fussy. No, take your time. Send it to me on Discord, and I'll put it on a shirt for real. Like I want to put "Don't be a philosophy," so just keep that in mind and draw away. Be yourself and make it the way you want to make it. You don't have to do what I said. I think people do better when you let them use their creativeness to do it themselves rather than say, "No, do it this way." But what's going on?
I heard the Discord notification, went to check mine.
Yeah. I thought everything was going to go off again when it made a sound. There's one problem. Steam's running.
That might be throttling your internet a bit too.
Messenger's running. G-Hub's running. I restarted the computer, so everything started with it. I just did a full reinstall of Windows. Yeah, I need to clear my startups off. I just did a clean install of Windows. Oh, nice, Earl. Nice. I like that. That's cool. She did like a logo for her name. You want me to show it, Earl? I can show it on here. Let's see. I'll show the one that's digitized here. Save image. Where's the desktop? That's where we want to put everything, because yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'll post it on the community page too. Okay. Well, let me see here. Present. No, let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Let's go to brand and add. No, not a background. I want overlay. There we go. I'm also in the process, if I can, I'm working on, I want to do like an atheist news show, but I want it to be kind of like the Daily Show, like parody. And Nara said he would come on as the nun, and we do like talk about atheist news, but like in a comedic way. And I think that would be really fun. Me and Azo and Nara and maybe even Dave and do like segments and like say now over to Azo and sports and say fuck sports, we're not going to talk about it. And Earl drew this though.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, that's awesome, isn't it?
It's my approval.
Yeah,
for what
I
that's
love it.
worth.
Yeah, I love it. Might get demonetized if you use it though.
No, that's always the hard part with some of those clever logos, right?
Yeah. But I had help digitizing, but it's not. Yeah. I can. I think I think I can digitize anything you draw. If you send it to me, I'm pretty sure I can do that with Photoshop. But I've never done it. I guess I could do it with Illustrator too, but Illustrator might be better because I can make it a vectored image. That way it'll be real sharp. But that's enough geek talk. Yeah, but I've got some big ideas I want to implement and stuff. It's just a matter of getting the time and everybody in the same place to do it, because if I do a show like that, we're going to have to meet and like do a rehearsal and all that shit before to do it right, and it's hard to get everybody to do that. Nobody wants to, because it'll be some work involved in doing it right. And I want to do I'll have the whole news overlay and stuff where it's like breaking news and some stupid thing Christian said and do it like a news channel thing. Do it just like the Daily Show does it, and have fun with it. I think, I know that I don't. When I talk on here, I don't get into a lot of comedy and stuff, but yeah, that's what I want to do, like a Daily Show type atheist show, and I think that would be amazing. And we even get guests to come on and be part of it, like SNL, like whoever the guest is, have them do a segment, as in some other character or something, have them be the silly Christian or something, saying something stupid. And I think I can pull it off and do it nicely and do it right. But that's exactly the thing. Like, I don't want to do it unless I can do it right. Like the whole trivia thing that went on, it drives me fucking nuts because like I can't stand when things are just like half-assed thrown together. And it's not Azzo's fault or anyone's fault. We just didn't prepare for it the way we should have. And so, it didn't go well. Yeah, I would love to have anybody who wants to do it. I would love to have on. We need to get together and like come up with ideas and I can do the writing for the most part. I can definitely write jokes and shit, but you guys can help with that, whoever's involved too. And we can write the show and put it together. And then we got to do a rehearsal though, because this will be like an actual show,
it'll be scripted instead of.
Yeah. It'll be like a comedy news show. So it needs to be, rehearsed and ready to go. So we're not, because how I do, I'll get caught, just sitting there blank faced half the time. But I really want to do that. And I think it would be awesome. I think it'd be funny and I think people would love it.
Oh yeah, I could totally just see like a section that's like Christian, the Christian perspective,
Yeah.
Satanists are invading. I could see some fun stuff like that, right? Where you got someone who's playing part of the Christian perspective.
Yeah.
And I could see some fun things you could do with stuff like that.
Get either Mark Reed or Dr. Josh to come on and play Kent Hovind and do an interview with them. And there's just a million things you could do that would be fun as shit. Oh, and cut a video of people and ask, yeah, exactly. Or we can take like clips of like some of the silly, like the really silly claims they make and just play that and then like, respond to it in a comedic way. There's so much you can do with that. And I think it's a good idea. I just don't know if I'm capable of implementing it. I kind of suck sometimes. But I have fun when I do this, but I have like a lot of like when I'm not doing this and I'm just sitting and it's just me, I've always got so much on my mind that I just don't ever accomplish anything. I procrastinate so badly about things and
story of my life right there.
Yeah, but I don't do drugs anymore, so that's good.
No, worst case, I'd say at least give it a try, a few episodes, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. you know.
I'm not going to do it unless I know it can work, because if I do it the way that I've envisioned it and described it, it'll work. I know it will.
Yeah.
But pulling that off is different. Getting everybody to work together to do it, that's the thing. And I'm not bitching about other people. I'm just saying, like, I have a schedule and a life and things to do and work and all that shit, and so do they sometimes. And it's hard to get everybody on the same page to come and do an hour of stuff that's not even going to be on the internet, just us working on it,
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying is, you could give it a try with some people and see if you can manage that project.
Yeah, I can use OBS with StreamYard, and like that way I can set up the scenes and be able to switch screens and all that stuff real seamlessly. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we should do it as a recorded show, though, right? Or should we do it live?
I mean, I would do it recorded so that you can cut out all the mistakes, but doing it live, you could have some fun.
Yeah, doing it live would be amazing, but doing it recorded would be better quality.
Yeah.
Here is what we do: have each channel do their own segment, then just cut it together. You as the news anchor presenting the pieces, recorded 100%. Yeah, I think so too, Justin. And I think you're right. Like, that's the thing, is we could have, like, here, I'm going to give you this and do it like you're a journalist talking about it, and even get you like I don't even care if it's a microphone, hold a remote control, and, hey, this is Joe, the Kentucky atheist, reporting from Young Earth Creationist Hell. Today we're talking to Kent Hovind, and then let him just either do one of the things where I've got somebody in character, have them do their little segment where they say a bunch of crazy shit, or use clips of Kent Hovind actually saying crazy shit. So
yeah, you'd have plenty for a lot of those creationists of the crazy stuff they say.
And it doesn't always have to be creationists. I know that I spend a lot of time on creationists, but it drives me nuts, man, because it's really crazy when you look around town and everybody here believes crazy shit. Like, it makes me look at people differently. Like, I don't trust their judgment sometimes, because I'm like, you think that a magic man in the sky made two people, and incest, everybody dies, boat, yep. incest, slavery, murder for 10 chapters. And like, like, you believe all that shit's true, and I don't trust your judgment if you believe that. Like, and it's a weird feeling, because I didn't always feel that way, but like now it's like I think about it and I'm like, and especially like Trump supporters and shit, like, fuck Trump supporters. That's all I gotta say. Like I don't know how they justify doing that. Like, I got in a fight with one on Facebook yesterday, and it was interesting. They took, you wait and you'll see on November 5th. And I'm like, shit. Yeah, right. See Trump fucking get locked up and lose.
We can dream. I've met some people where it's clearly they just aren't. They're in their own little things. So they don't really. They just don't know any better.
Yeah. If you can't agree on reality, like, if you can't agree on the terms of the reality we live in, and I'm not even talking about like evolution and all that shit. Forget that. Just the simple, reality we live in. This is where we're at. These are the things that happen. Blah blah blah. Like, if you can't get people to agree on that, there's not really a conversation to have. There's cultists at that point, And they said, "Oh, you got it all wrong. You're the one that drank the Kool-Aid." And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, we watched him try to overthrow the government. We seen the trial where he was convicted of rape or sexual assault. Like, we seen these things happen. We know that he stole some of the most top secret documents in our country and shared them with all kinds of other people. We know that. Do you think he stole things about Russia, Iran, and China, who are all in cahoots in a war now together? Like, do you think he stole those documents about them for no fucking reason? That's crazy. Like, he's obviously sharing this stuff with our enemies. And, they don't ever talk about that, but it's fucking clear he's doing it. There's all kinds of them that are missing too. Just the folders are there. And it's like, he says, well, I just kept the folders. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Like, you gave him the papers and kept the folder? Like, that would be weird to even do, first of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all this stuff is missing, and it's like he's buddies with Putin and kisses his ass all the time. He's got love letters from Kim Jong Un and or whichever one of them fucking bastards is North Korea. Who is it now? Is it Un?
It's Kim Jong Un. Yeah. So
okay.
But like, and he whines about the they whine about how he's getting unfair treatment. I'm like, look at that National Guardsman who did similar things.
Yeah, his ass was in prison in a week.
Yeah. So
yeah. There are two standards of justice in America. It's one for the rich people like him and one for the rest of us. And if it was me that did that shit, they would have convicted me of treason. Like trying to overthrow the government and selling off our national defense secrets. Like, who does this and gets away with it? And he's going to. Now the only trial that's going to take place before the election is the one that's going on now. The Georgia trial is going to be postponed because the Court of Appeals is now looking at whether Fani Willis should be disqualified or not. That's going to take months. And then all those months are going to have to be added on to wherever the trial was. So it's not going to happen. The case in Florida, the judge was appointed for a lifetime appointment by Trump and somehow still gets to be the fucking judge, which I don't understand at all. Conflict of interest, big bright light shining should be going on for that. But she's postponed the trial indefinitely and isn't even going to, do it now. And the one in New York, he's getting crushed in that one. It's awful. Yeah. But there's going to be a whole appeal thing and everything. I don't think Trump has a snowball's chance in hell of winning the fucking election if it was held today. Even if they dismissed all of his charges, I don't think he stands a chance of winning. Polls ain't worth a shit. They don't tell you anything because the only people that answer them are crazy ass MAGA fucks. And like,
well, people don't answer their phones anymore.
Right. I mean, your phone automatically blocks that shit now. Like,
like I don't outside of unless I'm expecting a call, I don't answer an unknown number. They can leave a voicemail. I'll call them back. So I think you're really only getting the people who still have landlines pretty much and don't have caller ID on those landlines.
Grandma from the 40s. Like,
you've got a very small subset of the population.
Yeah, old white people.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think he stands a chance, honestly. I think that he lost the last election, and it's not like MAGA has grown since then. Lots of people are pissed because they know they were lied to and have left the movement. Republicans are saying, I would rather vote for Joe Biden than Donald Trump. So, I mean, I don't think he stands a fucking chance. But
we'll see.
I could be wrong. People may, and the funny thing is if a majority of Americans vote to have a dictator and end our democracy, then that's what they want. I mean, it's like, if the people vote and do that, we should honor it, right? Because that's how democracy works. But at the same time, it's like you're voting for something. Like, we need to save you from your own self. Like, you're voting against your own interest and don't realize it because you have a cult mentality. And how do we fix that? Like, because I truly think that if you're a Trump supporter, you're either crazy, greedy, or stupid. Like, it's one of the three. I don't think there's any rational way to support Trump. And I
have some family members that are just deep down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And they're just so stuck in an echo chamber. They don't know any. They don't get to them. They're like, this is all my news is saying this.
Yeah.
Justin's over here providing you all sorts of great ideas.
Yeah, I see him. I like it.
Yeah.
Get with me, Justin. We can do a Google Meet or something and talk about it. And if you want to work on it, we can do it. Hell, I don't even care. Like, I don't care. We can do it. However, if you're interested, though, we'll get together and try to get, two or three people. Hell, we can just do it together if you want. Just me and you. And we can have the other be a guest or whatever, or use clips to do it, or however you want to do it. Like, get with me and we'll get together and figure it out, man. I'm down for it. I would love to do something like that. I think that, and I think that you have the technical skills and you're a great host. You would be awesome for it. So, yeah, get with me and let's do it. I'm down. We can make an awesome show. I don't even care. You know, like you can air it on your channel for all I give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, because I'll still be on it and it'll still help me either way. I don't give a shit. Like, whatever. But get with me and we'll figure it out though for sure. We can start it, and if it works out, we can invite others along. Let's start with a mock debate. Sure, let's do it. And like, we'll talk about it though. We'll have to get together and talk. That's the only way that's going to work. But holler at me in Discord and let me know when you're free, and we'll do it. What's up?
I think my dinner's ready, so I've got to drop off. So it's always a pleasure to be on, though.
Fuck you.
All right,
I'm just kidding.
See you around.
Hey, thanks for coming, man. Have
anytime.
You. Yeah. All right, here I am sitting in the dark again with fucking piles of shit behind me. Yeah, get a hold of me, Justin, and we'll do it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Hit me up in Discord, and we'll figure out a time that we can get together and talk or whatever, and we'll figure something out. Yeah, now that Michael's gone, we can talk about him. Yeah, let's do that too. I'm down. I told you, Justin, I'm interested in working with you guys on anything you want me to do with you. Like, and if there's anything I can do, like, to promote your channel, if you want me to stream stuff here too or something, I mean, whatever. Like, I'm interested in working. You guys are friends to me and stuff. I would, you know, anything we can do, especially something that's going to benefit us both and stuff. I'm down. Like, I would love to do it because, like, you know, while I do like talk about the Bible and I can go on about theism and philosophy and whatever the fuck, you know, all the stupid things that apologists come and talk about. Like, I'm used to talking about those things now, so I can do that. But I really like doing comedy stuff. I wanted to do stand up at one time. That was my thing, and I was going to use the whole Kentucky thing to my advantage, you know. So I'm down for it though. Like, I think it'd be a blast to work together and do that. So we can start with me and you and do something and expand it however you want. But like I said, hit me up on Discord when you're free to sit down and have a serious discussion and take some notes and brainstorm and stuff. And we'll get together and do it and work it out. Because like I said, if we do it, I want to do it right. And I don't want to, you know, I don't want it to be cringe. Yeah, I love improv. I love those improv shows. I used to watch all that stuff. I've watched old Chris Farley improv. It's so fucking awesome. A lot of the guys that came from Canada, improv is big in Canada. There's what was that? What was the group up in Canada? It's not Saturday Night Live, but they pulled a lot of the actors from it. I can't remember what it's called. I feel like it was. I can't remember, but there's a group up there that, like, a lot of the SNL actors and stuff came from there. Chris Farley and I want to say Adam Sandler was doing stuff up there. Second City, that's it. Yeah, Second City is awesome, and I love it. But yeah, let's get together and work on some ideas. I mean, I think me and you would do some of that stuff good. When, you know, one of the things, like, especially if you watch me debate like Kyle or something, whenever it comes to something and I have a plan and I can enact that plan and follow a script or an outline, I do well with that. I think anyway. I mean, maybe I sound stupid because of my accent or whatever, but I think I do good with those things. And I would love to have something like that scripted that I can do and work on and stuff and try to, you know, be good at. And I think it sounds like a blast to me. But anyway, get a hold of me. You know how to reach me. And Earl, if you want to work on drawing something or whatever, I'll compensate you for doing it too. Especially if we sell a bunch of shirts with it on it, I'll give you a cut. But and I will credit you for the drawing. I don't know. We can even put your name on the shirt. My accent is your secret weapon. Yeah. Whenever these apologists talk to me and they think I'm an idiot, and then then like I come out with something that destroys their argument, and I say it in my Kentucky accent, I think it hurts them that much more. I think they feel defeated that much more because they feel like some redneck just destroyed them. And well, they never feel that way. They always think they won, really. But you know what I mean. But yeah, sounds like a blast to me. But anyway, I just want this weekend or this week, whenever we talk to, I've got Mark Stoney Sunday, but then Monday is Matt Dillahunty. Wednesday, I've got an Egyptologist coming on, and we're going to talk about ancient Egypt. Deviant Outcast. She's awesome. She's an expert in the field, and we're going to talk about that stuff and some of the things that are attributed to ancient Egypt history that aren't true, and some of the lies and stuff spread about that. We're going to talk about all those things. And then I've got Aaron Raw coming on Sunday. So it's a huge fucking week coming up. And I just want my mods to be on their toes. And if people act up, just fucking boot them. I don't want to deal with it. Like, if you can, please. Yeah. Whenever they underestimate you and you're like, oh, I know this shit. Like, I'm on it. Like, when it's something you know. Like, when I debated Kyle Adams, I knew that subject well enough that I knew already that he wasn't going to have anything to say that even made sense, because I knew I could completely destroy the worldwide flood argument. But yeah, I just want to, I want everything to go as smoothly as possible. I'm going to be meeting with Azo and Robin, and we're going to kind of lay out an outline of how the questions are going to go. We're going to talk about debate topics. We're going to talk about snakes. We're going to talk about some of the things Matt does and stuff. We're going to, I got you, Justin. Send me the graphic and I'll do it. You can even if you make a short video, I'll play it. And I'll say that I'll credit you guys as a sponsor. That way, everybody sees it. Make it up, and I got you. I'll give you a good spot. But yeah, a lot of big stuff coming up, and it's not so much that I'm nervous. I'm excited to talk to these people, but again, it's one of those things, like, I want to do it right. I feel like I have a huge opportunity here to talk to some people who will bring a crowd and expose my channel to other people, and it's really going to help us get going and start moving in the right direction. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got you. And I really think that it's an opportunity, though, to not only grow the channel, but to put on a really great show with great guests for the community that comes and supports the channel. And I want to do it justice. I want to make it as good as I can make it for everybody that's going to watch. In fact, I may set up my camera and shit in a totally different place and have like a set made so it doesn't, I look stupid sitting in front of a green sheet. So I may fix everything up and make it look good and try to put on an actual good show with an interview with some of these people. And also, I'm kind of on the fence of like asking some hard questions to these people, but I'm not sure if I should do that or not. I kind of, maybe I should just stick to throwing them softballs since it's their first visit and things. But yeah, I look forward to talking to Aaron so bad. Like, Aaron is going to be a fun talk because me and him have the same experience growing up with young Earth creationists and dealing with them our whole lives. We have that. He's handled it differently and been, important and all this stuff. I get, but like at the same time, we have a lot of the same history, and I think me and Aaron are just going to hit it off really well. And I'll give Aaron I'll throw some meat out there for him to attack and put on a show for everybody too. Because I know he will. And I think he knows that's like his thing anyway. So I've got good plans for it, but I just want any of my mods that are in the chat that day, don't put up with any shit, okay? If anybody says anything that's hate-filled or anything, just ban them. Don't even worry about timing people out. Ban them. I'll take care of it later. I don't want – there's going to be trolls that show up to follow these people just to cause problems with this show. Whenever I posted the promo for it on Twitter, I had immediately trolls pop up and say like shitty things to me. So one of them was from Kentucky, too. So that's kind of shitty. But what's up, Dave?
Hey, Joe. I was over talking with Mike.
Yeah.
We were taking our lumps for the stream yesterday, and
what happened?
Things got a little out of control on the stream, and we should have handled things a little bit better. But it was a learning lesson, and we had a nice discussion with everybody, and worked some things out. And it's always good to talk about these things. So we hope moving forward, everything will be a little better, and that's with everybody in the community too. So,
yeah.
We're not afraid to take our lumps, unlike, you know, I won't single anybody out, but this community, I mean, if somebody says something we disagree with, somebody will say something, and, you know, you should address it, and we did, so.
Yeah, I agree. And that happens, you know. And I don't think it's when those things happen, I don't think it's a matter of, I mean, sure, people can criticize you for not getting it right when it happened or doing what you should have done or whatever, because I'm not even sure what happened. But sometimes how you recover from it and the fact that you learned a lesson and pointed it out and are ready to move on is better than anything, you know?
Yeah, that's Mike got asked, how would you have done it differently? And he says, I'm not going to do that. It's already done and over, and it's how you handle things when they're done and over. And
yeah.
He messaged me and he said, we should do a stream and address this. And I was like, yes, we should. And some of the people that were upset got to come on and straighten us out. And
awesome.
Like men, we listened to them, and we didn't run and hide behind somebody's tissues somewhere or something like the parties that were offending us in the first place do. So,
yeah. Sorry, I'm eating candy while we're talking.
That's all right. Yeah, we're adults. I mean, you know, we're not afraid to take our lumps. It wasn't that, you know, I mean, we weren't that bad. It was just a situation where somebody started saying a lot of off-color remarks, and should have shut them down a little bit quicker. That's all.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
But we were trying to have a discussion. You know, we were really, really trying. We were trying to overlook the slurs and everything. And
was it an LGBTQ thing?
Amongst other things, yes. And
okay.
We forgot that we were trying to laugh it off, but we weren't thinking about people in the audience, and that was our bad. So
I understand.
Got to stop to consider who else is out there, and you know, we failed there, and we're going to correct it in the future. It's not going to happen again, to the best of our abilities.
Well, that's the best you can do. I mean, shit happens. That's the best you can do. I think that's the right approach, Dave. I mean,
we left the video. The videos are up. If you want to watch, it's on my channel. It's on Mike's channel.
I will. I'll go check it out. I want to see some drama, man. Not about drama.
Well, we invited the Lion's Den in, and it was to have a discussion, not to just be a jerk. I mean, there was there was no call for it. I mean, especially if you go on somebody else's channel, you know, I mean, you should try to halfway behave. You know what I mean? You're in somebody else's house, right?
Yeah.
There's just, you know, like just some basic manners. Like, don't walk in somebody else's house and call them names, right? It's just
right. I'm drinking lemon juice.
But in the end, it showed, you know, the arguments were so weak and the person is so weak that that's all they have. So,
right, yeah. I mean, once they behave that way, they've tipped their hand, you know, and exposed what they really are. And you know, at that
Earl
point,
wants to know. A bunch of us have been going around. The Jim Bob has been going around, and everybody's been going over on the channel. I was on the channel. So we were talking about his arguments, and along with Deacon Verdeman, everybody else has been involved. Logic just put out a video. Mr. Anderson's been going over there. Grace, and you go down the line. He's he's having his 15 minutes, and he's at about 14:59 right now. So
it's about over, huh?
It's about over. Everybody's about done. We've addressed the arguments. They're all bad. And we're just moving on. So
I think that's the right approach. Shit.
But we were having a discussion. I mean, you can't ignore these people, but you have to know how to handle them as well. And so if you want to know, there was a lot of great tips given by a lot of folks on the panel today on how to handle these situations. So if you are, you know, engaging with people and you want to know, a lot of great tips on our stream today from a lot of people. Mr. Anderson was there and everybody, Grayson, Leo, Bree, Stephanie. I'm missing people. We had a lot of people there. Jay was there, Jay Bundy. A lot of people giving great inputs on how to handle these situations. So it's a good listen.
Yeah. Well, I will go check it out. Yeah, I've avoided Jim Bob on purpose, but I haven't even been I haven't even been keeping up with any of the claims he's been making and stuff because, well, I've been busy with other things, to be honest. That's really the
well, you know how these things go. Somebody, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know how they go.
A couple months ago, we were on Bernardo because he was everywhere, right? So, you know.
Yeah.
And we were discussing the fine line of, you know, addressing these people, but not platforming them and the balance of how do you do that, and don't knock people that do engage with these people just because you don't. It's a decision people make. So, yeah, there's a lot of caveats to it. But in the end, when somebody crosses the line and they're just saying foul, nasty things, and that's all they want to do, there's no point talking to them.
Yeah, I've lost my phone is what I'm doing here. Okay.
It's on my channel, and it's on Answers in Atheism at I Killed Earl. Thanks, Speed. And Spooky.
Yeah, I'll check it out, Dave. And, you know, sometimes our experience and stuff you don't catch certain things because you're not used to dealing with those issues all the time, right? And so somebody will say something, and at first you just brush it off like, oh, just some stupid bigot shit you said. But at some point you realize what their agenda is and what they're trying to do. And I get it completely, man. I'm kind of late to the party.
If you aren't subscribed, Speed is at 664, and it's been his dream to have 666 subs. So if there's two of you out there that maybe haven't subscribed, you would make his day if he could get that screenshot.
No, we just need two.
Just need two. Not three, just two.
Yeah.
But Mike's had his channel for many years now. There's a lot of content over there. Check it out.
Yeah.
Mike's a smart guy, lots of experience. He's an older gentleman. He's got lots of experience under his belt. So
I like how.
Agree with him or not, he has a lot of experience. So take it for what it's worth. You know.
What I like about Mike is that he, you know, a lot of these stupid arguments, especially the philosophy ones that we just blow off, you know. Mike has done a deep dive on some of those and you know, handles it really well with sources and has everything prepared and does an awesome job. I'm surprised his channel's not bigger because Mike, I like the way that he handles stuff. I mean, honestly, but what's up, Speed, Spooky, Mage? How's it going, guys? Good to see you. We're getting ready to wrap up here in a minute, but I'm glad you guys came for a minute. And I
wanted to stop and say hi. Like I say, we were over there. We had a lot of people talking, and it ran a little bit long, so I wanted to duck in though and make sure I said hey. And, if you need something, you know, you always know how to get a hold of me. Give me a shout if you need something.
Yeah, I feel you, Dave. Thanks. Now we had a little act of God take place here, but
I heard.
Yeah,
you dried out.
Yeah, I've got all the water out and stuff. I mean, there's still some wet stuff I got to get out of here, but I've got, for the most part, I've got it good. It's going to be the process of cleaning everything with bleach is going to be the hard part. But it wasn't like a lot of my kids' toys got, you know, because that stuff that gets floodwater on it has to go in the garbage pretty much. I mean, unless you want to like soak it in buckets of bleach and shit and do all that stuff, which I'm not doing that. So everything that water going on has to go in the garbage. And some of his toys, some of my clothes, some of his clothes, some of Laura's clothes, you know, but it wasn't like a major thing. Like it didn't like flood the whole place. It was just, you know, there was just a little bit of water in the floor, but it you know, water seeps in through the dirt outside, then through the wall, then across the basement floor. Whatever it touches, it destroys. So it's you know, it's one of those things that like it's not a huge deal. It's not like, you know, I lost a whole lot of stuff. I don't even really care about the things that I lost. I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks. Some of my clothes and shit got destroyed. I've got an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. And, but yeah, it was just one of those issues where it was like, oh, here we fucking go. Of course, this is what happened, you know, like, and I was just kind of bummed out about it and stuff, but it's cool, man. I've recovered from worse. So, I get it straightened out, but it's, my computer and all that stuff's good. All my electronics are fine, you know, so, I'm still able to do what I do and things. I just got a lot of work to do when I'm not working.
Yeah, I know. I heard when I heard about the water, I was like, oh no, he just got his internet stuff kind of fixed. I was hoping everything is dry there.
Yeah, it's you know, I've got mixed feelings about it. You know, it's one of those things. Like I don't even really know. Honestly, I think what's happened is I've kept myself busy doing stuff ever since, and not really sat down and thought about it. So I haven't had the opportunity to get upset about it, I don't guess. Which whatever.
Growing up, my mother's basement would flood every now and then, and yeah, the mess and the bleach and throwing stuff out was almost an annual thing. So don't leave stuff on the floor. Well, you know, we had everything up on shelves and everything in the basement, because if you left it on the floor, might not make it.
Yeah. Yeah. What is going on here? I'll do it in a minute. Sorry. But yeah, it's just another thing, and I was frustrated and felt like sharing it with everybody, and it's just one of them things that happens. Now, you know, I live in a basement. This isn't the first time it's flooded, but it's been years and years since that happened. I've lived here for a long time. I've lived in this basement for like 8 or 9 years, I guess. And there was one other time it flooded, only that was sewer water, and I lost everything then. I had to throw out my bed, all my clothes, I lost literally everything, except for the stuff that wasn't, because I'm a slob, and I keep my clothes in a laundry bag at the foot of the bed, and I don't put them in drawers and shit. I have a dresser that has never had a piece of clothing in it. But yeah.
You'd think you were single.
You would. Exactly. That's how I live. And
the birthday girl's here.
Yeah, what's up, Robin? Happy birthday. I'm gonna sing happy birthday to you. Are you ready? I ain't singing. Nobody's gonna enjoy that, I promise. But it's so it's like partly like I should know better, like kind of not necessarily my fault, but I'm not totally innocent. And
there's a book that you recently got that has a story in it about a flood.
Yeah,
and you might want to have a plan. You might want to read that book.
Noah.
Yeah, you might want to read that book. Well, where was he at?
I guess he was on the boat. Hell, I don't know.
Left you behind.
Yeah. I wasn't counted in that one. So, but yeah, I named my kid Noah. Isn't that crazy? I like the name though. Like,
well, my name's David. My name's David. I hear about it all the time. You got such a great biblical name. It's like, I don't think that's why I was named that, but
yeah. It's
if I'd have been a girl, the way I understand it, I would be Diane. So
yeah,
the names were picked. So, and I don't think Diane's in the Bible, so I don't think it had anything to do with it.
Yeah. Everybody's always said, is your real name Joseph? They always ask me that, and I'm like, no, it's just Joe. And I've been called Joseph and stuff my whole life, or Joey. I hate the name fucking Joey. People call me Joey, I won't even respond. I just ignore them. But my grandmother always called me Joe Michael. Joe Michael? That was what she always said.
That's why I always say, call me Dave, because when I hear David, I hear my mother. And I'm in trouble, you know what I mean? So Dave is just way better. I don't like hearing David because I'm like, oh crap, what now?
From now on, when I talk to creationists, I should tell them that I named my kid Noah just to fuck with them. Say I did it just to fuck with you.
Noah and Moses and Abraham and
my other son's name is Jace, but
there's little Bathsheba over there, and
Bathsheba.
My cousin Joseph, and a coat of many colors, and
yeah, have kids all named after major people in the Bible again. But no, it's actually funny because whenever Noah was born, we were at the hospital, and she went into labor, and it was a fucking disaster. And oh shit, that was my phone.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. And but anyway, when he was born, it was a wild thing, and we didn't have a name picked out. We actually were so set on the fact that we were going to have a girl and wanted to name her Brooklyn, because Laura's family, you know how families have middle names they carry on and stuff. Well, Laura's family, her name's Laura Brooke, and in my family, all the girls' middle name is Lynn. So we wanted to name a girl Brooklyn, and we were so set on that, and then we didn't know it was a boy until he was born. We didn't want to know, and we just assumed it was a girl, even though we've had 4 boys now. But I mean, we've had 2 together and 2 apart. I've got a son that just turned 18 and graduated high school, and she's got a son that's 21 and works for my ex-pedophile boss. But that's a whole nother story. The
hot potato.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do too. So let's all get out of here and go get some. I've been sitting here eating the whole time I'm talking. I just got off work a little bit ago, but we when he was born though, we spent like 4 days, and they would say, "What are you going to name him?" And we didn't know. And when he was born, he was just baby boy Roberts, because we didn't know what to name him. But the day he was born, I came up. I was like, "Let's call him Noah." I said, even though it's like a biblical name, I like that name, and I'm glad we picked it. It's a good name for him. I like it. But it was. He didn't have a name for a minute, and eventually we called him Noah. So he needs to get to gathering some gopher wood up, I guess. But anyway.
my kids had names before they came home from the hospital, but with the animals, you kind of want to look at when you get a new animal. You know what I mean? And kind of
right.
A name to suit their personality or whatever. Yeah. So
I wanted to call him Murdoch, and she shot that down. Murdoch or T-Bone, either one. But I'm joking. But anyway, let's all go get some food. I've got to eat real quick and then go work on somebody's computer. And go check out Dave and see the drama that Dave caused. Damn it, Dave. I'm just
gosh.
But
and then there was nothing I could say because Mike had me muted because they were doing a one-on-one conversation, and I'm going, hey, oh crap, hey Mike, unmute me. So I muted. I couldn't even say anything, so I was even more frustrated because I'm like, unmute me.
Yeah. Well, I had kind of the same thing in Monday's stream because we had I think you were here, weren't you? Whenever the Catholic traditionalist guy, you told me he was cool to add on, and he kind of came on and just floundered around, and Azzo had to step in. I was getting ready to say something smart ass that was funny to him, and Azzo stepped in right before I could say it, so that's why I was like, no, let me fucking answer, and Azzo stepped in, and as soon as he said something, dude ran.
Mike appointed a bunch of super mods over there, and
well, that's actually what this show was about.
The new rule over there is Mike's not, because it's hard to follow the chat, and he's not always following the chat, and so a lot of times the idiots are there saying stuff, and again, we're just ignoring them, right?
Love you, RLC.
But there are folks out there watching and listening and in the chat and everything. So times have changed, and if you're going to be a jerk, you're gone. So
sorry, I have to address this.
And we invite comments and criticism and questions and everything else, but throwing the slurs, Go on Twitter or whatever and go call each other names.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's the best place for it. Whenever I post,
there's a place for it. Yeah, there's a place for it. Go over there and knock yourself out.
When I posted the thing about having Matt on, they like a couple people was like got on the thing and was like, "Oh, well, aren't you important?" And I said, "Yeah." I said it's going to be a big show for the channel, and come watch it. And then the following Sunday, catch R and Raw on the channel, and they were like, "Well, la-di-da," and I was like, "Okay," and and so I had to delete some people for being dicks. I mean, I was excited to do it, and people have to be retards.
Hey, what are you being a buzzkill for? Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here and add some salt to this giant bottle of lemon juice and drink it all. And I do weird shit like that. So I looked at it, Rob, and I love it, and I think that's perfect. I get what you're. I get what you're. I smell what you're cooking, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, again, though, the thing is this week, if you're a mod, and I understand some people I made mods. I didn't even ask people to make them mods, so it's not like I'm telling you have to work for me or anything. But if you're a mod and you're one of the ones that takes part in helping with the chat and stuff, I'm not putting up with any shit this week, okay? I'm not going to let trolls come on and make shitty remarks at Matt and stuff and bigot stuff. So if you see that stuff go on, please just go ahead and ban them immediately. And we don't have to time people out and stuff. I mean, sure, you can time people out for arguing or proselytizing or what the fuck ever. But like, if people come on, if a bigot remark is made, please make it disappear immediately. I don't want Matt to get wound up in the chat and end up getting pissed and leaving because I'm allowing people to come on and do that. So please help me out if you're a mod and you do take part in actual modding. Please help me out and try to sort out some of the riffraff. I'm going to push this show real hard over the next few days. So I'm sorry if you get tired of seeing the same posts and stuff, but I'm going to be advertising the show a lot leading up to it. And so I expect we're going to get quite the crowd because people want to see Matt. And I'm going to take advantage of that for my own gain, which is the point of him coming on, right?
That's right.
But we're going to talk about debate topics. I'm going to bullshit a little bit with him about snakes and stuff because I watched some of his snake stuff. I'm going to ask, I'm going to, probably ask him questions about how Arden's doing and all that stuff. I just want to have a chill conversation and talk to the guy. We're going to get some good information about debate topics and stuff, but we're also just going to hang out and talk to Matt. I mean, I feel like it's an opportunity for me to make a friend in a high place that, like I can contact and talk to, if I need to. And that's how, that's really the method and how I plan to build my empire. Yeah, right. But I think
going forward, you may want to look into a chat bot where you can just ban certain words and not even have to worry about it.
I think I can ban certain words through YouTube.
Okay.
So I may, I'll do that too. I'll do my part and do that. I just want things to go smoothly. I want to have a good time. And, I told Matt.
You shouldn't have to do it, but in reality, you got to prepare for the turds to show up. I mean.
Right. I emailed Matt yesterday and sent him the link for the show and the StreamYard link. And I told him, it's just going to be a chill conversation. Feel free to bring guests if you want. I'm going to ask about your snakes. So I was telling him to bring snakes on the show, and I'm going to tell Arden the same thing, because that's stuff that these guys are into and passionate about, and I want to talk about them, So I think that's a good way to break the ice and get into it and have a good discussion. And I feel very, I'm not really nervous, but I am excited, and I feel like it's almost a form of I don't know what you would call it, but I feel like I'm moving forward and doing the things that I need to be doing, and so I'm happy to have it happen. I'm just excited. I'm not really nervous about talking to Matt. I think I can have a good conversation with Matt with very little preparation. Just I'm going to lay out a simple outline of some of the subjects I want to talk about. And, me, Robin, and Azo are all three going to be on with Matt. And so we're going to get a chance to all, talk about questions and things. it's kind of hard whenever you have these people on to not just make it an ass kissing episode where you're like, man, I love this. You did so great. You're so awesome. I love everything you do. I love this about you. I don't want to do that, of course. I don't want to
just make it concise. You know what I mean? Just say, hey, I'm a big fan. I'm sure a lot of other folks are, and then just move on. Don't go on and on.
I'm going to tell him. I'm just going to leave it at, hey, I'm a fan. I appreciate everything that you've done for the atheist movement, and I love watching your shows and stuff. I'm just going to leave it at that, like just something simple.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get all that out of the way early and just say it and be done with it. And then we're going to talk about some real stuff. And I think that especially since like a lot of what I do is, talking about creationist positions and Christian positions, and I have to deal with the fucking philosophies all the time. I think that because of a lot of that, I think that like I can bring up some of the arguments and stuff that they've thrown at me, like how do you ground everything in something, that stupid shit that they brought up in the stream the other day.
Yeah, we had enough of that with Jim Bob.
Yeah. I can ask Matt that question and get his opinion on it, and I feel like Matt is a professional debater, so it'll be a good thing. And I also want to ask Matt about the problem of deception, because you don't hear other atheist activists, creators, you don't hear them really talk about that much. And I know that Matt is aware of it, but I've never really heard him speak on it. And I think it would be an interesting thing to talk about, because I think personally it's one of the most damning arguments for the Bible and Christianity that there is. And so I'm curious to why, it's not addressed more. And
any of those things, jot them down so you got them handy.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be an excellent part of it, because it'll be something that Matt hasn't really talked about much, and everybody will get to hear his opinion on it and stuff. And I'm going to be prepared to actually lay out what the problem of deception is, and in a good way if I need to, because he may not.
And he's got that righteous beard going on now too. So
yeah. I ask him if I can play with his beard, but
tell him that's a righteous beard.
But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, what I just want to have a good conversation with him, and I think we can,
It'll be a good show. It'll be a good show. Yeah,
I think Robin will. Robin's talked to Matt many times before, so
well, she'll keep him in line, so you ain't got to worry about.
Yeah, and I think Azzo. I think what's going to happen with Azzo, it's going to take him a minute to warm up to it. I think he'll probably be quiet for the first part, and once he warms up to it a little bit, he'll start joking with Matt, and I think Matt will like Azzo really, because he's just, it's hard not to like that guy. But so we're gonna, as long as he don't talk about politics, but we're not even bringing up anything about politics.
No red hats. No red hats.
No, we're not doing it. But James Randi, yeah, he does look like James Randi. But so I just want to ensure that this goes smoothly and stuff, because I feel like with such a big guest and such an opportunity in front of me to have a good show, I want to put on a good show for the community and for the channel, and it's a good opportunity to do that, and I want to pull it off successfully, because I feel like it can be something that either gives me a big boost or really hurts, and I don't want it to really hurt. Yeah, we're not talking about politics, Robin. I will mute anybody that brings up politics during that stream.
Stay on the so-called happy topics. You don't need no drama.
We're going to talk about Matt.
We stirred up enough drama. We stirred up enough drama over on Mike's channel. So if anybody wants it, you can go over there. Let's just have a good time over here.
Yeah. If you feel like stirring up drama, go ahead and go watch Dave's video and get it out of your system, and then come back Monday.
And don't forget, Saturday, Missing Mod's going to be over to talk about the Dog Man on my channel. So
she's a fun guest, man. I like having her on.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice, fun talk and everything. Yeah. So it'll be a nice break from the drama.
Yeah. She's I love having Missing Mod on. She's great to talk to because
did you see I went on with Lupin too?
Yeah. Lupin
he behaved.
He came on and prayed. He came on and prayed for me the other day.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't pray for me, but
well, you're not as special as I am.
The couple times he got too biblical, I steered right back to Bigfoot. I'm like, no, we're here to talk about Bigfoot. We don't need to.
Yeah. Sometimes
I don't even want to talk about creationism or nothing. It's like, no.
But anyway,
Dave likes to talk about Bigfoot.
So yeah, check out Missing Mod on Dave's channel on Saturday. Then on Sunday, come back and check out my conversation with Mark Stoney. We're going to talk about the biblical idea of hell and get into what the Bible actually says and doesn't say. And I've kind of danced around this topic a couple times, and I even made a video about it. But we're going to, I don't think I released it, but we're going to talk about the biblical description of hell and what the Bible does and doesn't say, and some of the leaps and bounds that Christians take to, hold their position.
They wouldn't do that.
No. But
say it ain't so.
And then Monday we got Matt Dillahunty, right? So and next week, man, this is the 1 year anniversary of the show. This week is 1 year that I've been making content and putting it out. So it's that's why I crammed all this into the same week, because it was kind of
my 2 year was April, first week of April, I think, was my 2 year. But the first year was kind of slow, and most of the summer wasn't anything because I was remodeling the bathroom and there just wasn't no time to be online.
No, Justin, we got a year of this, and but I didn't start live streaming until months after I started the channel. So
I got Justin over up 100 earlier.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Official. They're both official now over
there. Yeah.
Triple digits. On your way to 1K. 101. Sweet.
Thanks everybody for coming, and check out all the great shows, and go over to Dave's channel, check him out too. I'm gonna go watch the drama and see what trouble Dave started here. And I'm just joking, Dave. But
we got chewed out by tsunami, so we effed up. We effed up, and like I say, we took our lumps. We apologized. We learned from it, and so we're moving on.
Yeah, that's all you can do. But thanks for coming, guys, and I look forward to this week. We're gonna have a great week.
We love tsunami, and we had it coming.
Yeah. We're gonna have a great week, and hopefully, this is gonna be a lot of fun, and everybody's gonna enjoy it. We're gonna give some stuff away for both shows, so there's prizes involved just for showing up. And anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Happy birthday, Robin! Everybody have a great one. Later.